Right.
How did I miss that?
That's all good.
Let's get an F. Let's
Yeah.
get an F
Yep.
in there.
For real this
I'm
time.
fired.
Yeah,
Let's
man.
get an F
F
going.
for fired.
F
just
for
gotta
not
press a
hitting
button.
record.
That's all good. We'll just get started with our segment.
Where were we?
Shout out to the comments. You
We're
guys
starting
are great.
our segment.
Okay, check this out. So we have the story from American Military News. They say California city to use Chinese night vision drones banned by U.S. Army to enforce coronavirus lockdown. And this photo is actually really cool, but it reminds me of like all of these dystopian, futuristic, I don't know, fantasy worlds, books, cartoons, whatever, where like the drones fly around and like stop and like, citizen, you're outside of your home.
Yeah.
You must go home immediately. And now that's literally what's happening. I mean, well, okay, not literally, but the drones are actually tracking people to see if they're breaking curfew.
Yeah, they look at your phone, right?
That's crazy.
Do they?
That's what I heard.
Wow.
Just
Yeah.
leave your phone at home, done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Booyah.
Put on all black.
Yep.
Get your bow and arrow. You
Yep.
gotta be quiet. That's why.
Ah.
And then you lurk around. I'm just kidding. Please,
And when the
please
drone,
don't do this.
And when the
anybody.
drone comes, it doesn't even know you're there.
That's right.
You gotta
And
have
it's
really
gone.
good aim though, because
Well,
In the
well,
dark?
it's a small target.
Yeah.
we did just watch the movie The Hunt, and in it they say don't shoot the drone because now they know you're there.
Yes, that's true.
So this is I'm not super.
Unless you're actually not anywhere close to your home, because then you can shoot it and then dip back, because then they'll go there looking for the person who shot down the drone.
you know what's really
Yeah, yeah.
what's really scary about this is how awesome it sounds to be like a resistance member.
Yeah.
You're like running around and you're like a drone for the establishment. Take it out.
I'm imagining like John Connor in the future,
Yeah, man.
you know, fighting the drones.
Sounds exciting.
This is what a lot of these like activist people who wear all black think they're doing when they
man.
go around like bashing old women over the head and like knocking
They
them to the
are
ground.
not doing that.
No, but I feel like we're getting dangerously close to that world where, you know, we're going to be in it. So this is in Chula Vista, California. Police. So I do want to point out, man, they really laid on the framing of this article.
Chula Vista, where is that?
So it's in California. Like, isn't Chula Vista like, is that LA area?
Is it L.A.?
I don't know. I don't know.
Never heard of
Let
it,
me
but
see. I know it's
But
in
they
California.
call it a Chinese drone. It's like, yes, that's true. It's DJI. It's the drones everybody
Technically
flies.
correct.
you know
yeah,
what
it's
I mean?
like 77% of the
Seriously.
drone market is DJI. I was actually just randomly reading an article about that an hour ago.
It's true though. I mean,
Should've
it is
brought that
Chinese
up.
made, and but I thought they were banned because they were Chinese made.
Really? Why?
So here's what I think. It says it's banned by the U.S. Army.
I would have assumed it had something to do with the night vision or something. It's like because
The Army
a drone is a drone. Like they're not banned. So
No, but I
why
think-
would a night vision drone be?
Chinese. They don't.
Oh, because it was Chinese.
Yeah, there's a.
But most of them are. So are all
Right.
drones banned?
they're not all Chinese. So it's like you gotta buy American. I mean,
right.
that,
We were at Best Buy like a month ago, and they had all sorts of DJI drones.
Yeah, the Mavic. I
So
got
it's
one.
like-
Well, here's the big fear is that this is a few years ago. There was fears that China was putting Wi-Fi and Bluetooth hidden inside like toasters and coffee makers, for real. And that way, when
Oh wait, no, for real they were, or for real this is what the rumor was.
this is, it's hard to call it a rumor. It's a little bit more than a rumor, but around there, you know, it's
Well,
like
either
it's not a
it's
confirmed
rumor-
story.
Either rumor or it's not.
Well, it's hard
Well,
to
it's
tell
because
sometimes.
I'll put it this way.
Wi-Fi and toasters.
A rumor would be like your buddy being like, "You hear this crazy story?"
Okay.
A conspiracy theory would be like a person screeching online, being like, "They're putting all the toasters in the water purifiers."
Okay, so it's just a conspiracy theory.
No. This one was the U.S. Army saying, out of credible intelligence reports, that China has been doing this. We are now going to stop using this. But there was a pushback saying it's not true. Some people think it was just an effort to get the U.S. to spend money on U.S.-made products, like it's an excuse to not buy Chinese. But there was a fear that if you buy this, like I'll put it this way. Would you, if you went to war with somebody and you were using their tech,
Right.
they'd press the button and your drones would fall out of the sky.
Or just they can like tap into the feed
Exactly.
and be like, what are they looking at? Oh, they're following that citizen. Ha ha, we got them looking at their own citizens.
Dude, think about computers.
Yeah,
They're all made over in China. And so how much you want to bet all of our computers that are made in China, they've got some kind of backdoor put in them? Why not?
Oh, for
I
sure.
don't want to believe that, but
Probably true.
I can see that it could be possible, but
There's some Chinese
Nah.
dude right now who's like watching you watch porn, and he's like sitting there eating popcorn in like a Chinese authoritarian firewall police, just like.
That makes
Ooh.
me uncomfortable.
I mean,
don't
well,
like it.
I'll tell you what, it gets better. That not only is there a Chinese guy doing it, but there's an NSA guy doing it. They're both sitting there watching.
They're just chilling.
And then the NSA guy, he DMs the Chinese guy, and he's like, "Yo, can you believe what he's watching? This stuff's freaky." And he's like, "Yeah, man, I swear." I mean, that would actually be cool.
No
If
That's
that's
thanks.
why we're having a plague.
No. Look, but if the NSA guys and the Chinese people were friends and we weren't going to go to war, there's some benefits there. But
Sure.
anyway, I don't know exactly why it was banned. They just say, we have not traditionally mounted speakers to our drones, but if we need to cover a large area to get an announcement out, or there were a crowd somewhere that we needed to disperse, we could do it without getting police officers involved. They're literally talking about drones that are going to talk to you and be like, citizen, return to your home. Like, wow.
So they have speaker systems on them?
That's what he just said.
gosh.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
dude. They're going to be outfitted with night vision and loudspeakers.
That's crazy.
So here's what we say. The U.S. officials warned against using Chinese drones domestically. So I think it's just really about it being Chinese made.
Yeah.
Chula Vista may also use its drones to relay messages to the city's homeless, who may have less access to information about specific coronavirus orders. Wow.
That's kind of interesting.
It's both really cool and horrifying at the same time.
Yeah, what the
The
heck?
drone like comes down and it's like, homeless citizen, there is a quarantine. And like,
Go to this
Wow.
location.
You know
And
what'd
then
be
it
cool?
like turns to the other one. Jeffrey?
No,
Hey,
no, no.
Jeffrey!
yeah.
It's your friend Matt. What up?
And then the homeless
By
guy,
the way, you got to go home.
the homeless guy's like, I have a question. And then the drone turns, well, 1 second, turns back. Yo, did you watch the new episode of Westworld, man? New season's coming out.
Yeah.
I saw Tiger King, dude. You see it?
Oh, man.
And then like 2 drones come down, and the 2 drones are talking to each other.
It's like cops parked opposite ways on the street.
But no, it is simultaneously really cool to like get to live in this nightmare dystopia.
So
it's like
cool.
It's
that's what I'm
interesting
saying.
to
It's like
watch.
horrifying at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm not really scared of drones, other than like the blades could hurt somebody if some moron's flying it. So they got to figure out that.
Yeah.
These things can be dangerous, man. So that I love how they use the victim defense. We need to tell them we actually have resources for them. They are vulnerable right now, Sally said. It might be impractical or unsafe for officers to be put in those areas.
Right. So again, the
Wait,
cops just don't want to get sick.
No, right.
They're like, we're
Yeah,
not
that
going to
is
go over
part
there.
of
We're
it.
just going to
We're-
send drones everywhere
We're
because
sending
we
the-
can't risk it.
We're sending the drones because we care about you.
Yes, so much.
Yeah.
By the way, put these cuffs on. It's for
Yeah.
your own protection.
Try
Right.
these.
We're just
Sure.
trying to keep you safe.
Mhm.
Yeah, but that's the big fear, right? Do we just blindly trust the government? How do we know that this thing's actually going to end when it's going to end?
We don't.
Or if it's even real.
Yeah.
I'm just.
No, I mean, never let a good crisis go to waste.
Yes.
That's what they say.
It would be absurd, in my opinion, to think that China and the U.S. have teamed up, like, secretly
Well,
for a grand
there's
global
like 5 or
conspiracy.
6 states that banned abortions now because they were like, oh well, it's we gotta just
Did they
ban
really?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Texas,
non-essential.
they're fighting. now.
Everyone's going for this. Like, the
Ohio,
gun shops getting
some other
shut down, too.
places. Just
So-
like wow.
But we see the gun shops get shut down. We also see the inverse. Like,
Yep.
everybody's taking their opportunity to just be like, now's my chance.
Everyone's afraid. Let's
Seize
take
control.
advantage of this.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah.
So they say China reportedly introduced large-scale drone enforcement during its coronavirus lockdown efforts, and citizens said drones would relay messages to tell people to remain in certain areas or call out pedestrians not wearing face masks. What we saw in China, and what we're probably going to see around the world, is using drones with cameras and loudspeakers to fly around to see if people are gathering where they shouldn't be and telling them to go home, he said. It's a little Orwellian, but this could save lives. I love the but.
But
Security. Yeah.
that's a big but.
Yeah, so this is one thing I've kind of been harping on for a bit. We've like the First Amendment's been just crushed completely.
Yep.
There's no-
Basically. It's
Yeah.
like what? That you're not allowed to go out wearing a mask? Didn't the government say we don't need to wear masks?
Kind of.
Kind of, or what?
Well, so early on, there was the main narrative was that it's not as effective for people to wear masks, and if everyone goes out to buy masks, then medical professionals won't get them.
Okay.
The irresponsible media then turned that it was corrupted into don't wear a mask.
Ah, yes. The telephone through the media.
Right. So masks
course.
obviously work, but there's a problem with it's better if everyone's wearing a mask.
Okay.
It's much better if medical professionals have priority access to them.
Yeah, but all across the country, there are no masks.
There are
I-
now.
There is now?
Well, they're finding some everywhere.
Finding
Oh, they're just
some
conveniently
somewhere.
finding
But
them.
nobody has masks. How are you supposed to go out at all and get food or even look for masks?
Well, now
Whoa. You don't have a mask. Get in your home.
You can't buy
they're
any masks.
like-
they're
what?
just now starting to
How?
say you get masks.
Right.
So
But
this is-
there is no masks.
So this is the main issue I take with it, is that it's always about the lie justifying their goal.
Yeah.
Like it was obvious that masks did help to a certain degree. The point I tried making early on, and I probably deserve some criticism for this too, because what I was saying is, you shouldn't buy masks because, for one, medical professionals need access to them first.
Yeah.
Two, when the people wear masks and protective gear, they do it in a really methodical way. Like, you have to put them on a specific. What is it called?
Yeah, I saw the
It's
The
procedure.
PPE, you have to put it on in the right order.
There's a word for putting on and taking it.
Donning and doffing?
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
So what we were seeing a lot of was people who were buying them and having no idea how to use them.
Yeah.
And then getting filthy and then just getting sick anyway.
Yep.
So,
Or with full beards with a mask
Right.
over. It's like,
yeah, that's
nice.
not going to work.
Good job.
but
Yeah.
I guess now that they feel confident they're going to get the masks they need or something, they're starting to say maybe everyone should wear masks.
well, all these companies are making them too.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
are stepping up.
My
which
I
Pillow.
mean,
love
I
to
got a
see.
few people that I know that are just cranking masks out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Even my sister's making a bunch of masks.
like
Really?
that.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
how? Like sewing?
Just she's
Cool.
got a sewing
Wow, that's
machine,
awesome.
just making them.
Yeah.
She's got a couple kids to worry about too. So
Right.
It's like make
Yeah,
some
they-
masks for them.
They
Yeah.
found that the N95 masks,
Mhm.
like the ones with the actual filters,
Yeah.
really, really good. But even, like, I guess Trump said something like put a scarf on because it still helps.
Yeah, I mean, if they say the molecule is tiny, but it still rides in the moisture in the air, so it would make sense that having something to filter it, you're lessening the chances of getting it.
Yeah.
So what's the harm in wearing
Now-
something?
Now we got a bunch of companies that have switched to making masks, like the MyPillow guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got a bunch of flack. Everybody was yelling at him. But New
I
Balance
don't
did-
understand why would you give him flack for that?
He brought
He-
God into it.
Yeah, he was like saying, now's the time to come to family, read the Bible, and stuff like that. But
It's
the
like,
po-
who cares?
Yeah, he's
Right.
doing something good.
Who
Like, why not
why
focus
do you
on
care
that?
so much, people?
Yeah,
Dude,
we
You know,
need
I mean, that's the
masks.
libertarian in me. Like, I don't have to believe what he's believing.
Sure.
I don't have to like take that to heart and be like, wait a minute, you don't believe what I believe, so now I'm going to be mad at you. It's like, come on, man.
I almost imagine it
people.
like, imagine Mike Lindell was like, here you go, buddy. Here's a mask. My mask is the best mask. You sweat out of his hand, and you're like, get your religious mask out of my face. I'd rather get sick.
That mask is religious. I don't want it.
I can't have it.
What?
All right,
How?
all right.
If a communist gave me a mask and had a sickle and a hammer on it, and it was an N95, I'd be like, thank you, sir.
Yep.
I don't care,
Right,
dude.
seriously.
I'm not worried about showing up to a rally of like anti-communists. Like, if you give me a functioning mask and you want to put your thing on it, I'll take it if I need
I
it.
picture some Family Guy scene where he goes to take the mask and puts it on. The mask is like, whoa, 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 sir. Have you read the Bible today?
Oh, got to
It's
take
like,
this one off.
Okay.
sorry, no. And he's like, no, I'm out of here. And he walks out the door. It's like,
You can give me a social justice fist
I need
rainbow
the
flag
rainbow
mask,
flag
and I'll be
mask,
like,
yeah.
dude, I do not care. You can give me a mask with a picture of the good Lord and the cross. I'll be like, thank you for the mask.
you know
I
what's funny?
appreciate it,
The
yeah.
My Pillow commercial's on the TV
It's
right over
literally
there.
on right now.
yeah?
Oh, what the heck?
There we go.
I did,
Love it.
you know, there was all these different people like digging dirt up on this guy now, and just like to like, oh well, he's not the perfect person. It's like nobody's the perfect person. Nobody.
Right.
And sure, he did some stuff in his, you know,
He's a crack addict.
yeah, there's whatever, and like, you know, his company's got into some tax issue or some stupid thing, and it's
Yeah.
like, but he's paying it off, and it's like, why? He's doing us a help. He's doing a service. That's good.
And they called it, I think it was CNN called it a PR stunt.
Not really.
But it's like,
Everything
everything's a PR
everything
stunt. You know
is
what I mean?
in some sense. Yeah.
Was it a PR stunt when Facebook gave masks? They were like, we bought all these masks and we're going to give them to hospitals. That wasn't a PR stunt?
Yeah. Well, I
Pillow
mean,
guy.
So
it's the same thing as like saying it's religious. It's like you can take that to heart as what you think it is, but in the end, it's still help. Like this whole
Right.
thing with Russia, like Trump accepted all this stuff from Russia, like the help, the big plane full of stuff, and everyone's like, oh man, it makes us look so weak, and Russia's superiority over us. And it's like, or we also really need that help
Yeah.
right now because China makes all our stuff and hasn't given us anything. So Trump's like, yeah, it's good. It's good that they're giving us this stuff because we need it. What do you think about that?
Well, I agree. I mean, no matter
Yeah.
what he does, it's going to be bad. It's
Right,
like,
right.
here's medical relief supplies. And they're like, oh, that proves it. Trump is working for Russia. See, Putin is
Okay.
giving his second in command important. Shut up, dude.
Would you
Gosh.
rather get the stuff from China? Like, honest question, huh?
Would you
Yeah.
rather
You got
die?
China
yeah, would you like to
turning
die?
the ships around that we actually paid for the masks. They're like,
This-
no, we're going to keep them.
This actually reminds me of a religious joke. You guys want to hear it?
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know if you call it a joke, but it's something that I heard a lot when I was younger. So there's a man in his home, and a storm hits. All of a sudden, the waters start rising, and there's a flood. someone runs to his door, or as the floodwaters are rising and he sees in the news what's happening, he prays to God saying, please save me. Don't let the flood, kill me. And then someone knocks on his door and says, we're getting everyone out of here. Quick, hop in the truck before the waters get too high. And he says, no, the good Lord will save me. And they were like, buddy, don't be crazy. Get in the car. We're leaving. The flood's coming. And he's like, nope, I know the Lord will save me. So then as the waters start rising and he climbs up to the second floor, he starts praying again, please don't let me die. The flood is now too high. When all of a sudden there's a knock on the window on the second floor because the flood's so high, and there's a boat. And the guy in the boat's like, quick, get in the boat. We got to get out of here. And he says, no, the Lord will save me. And so the guy's like, are you nuts? And he goes, I refuse. The Lord will save me. And the guy takes off in the boat. So then the water starts rising. He climbs onto the roof. And now the water is getting close to his ankles. The flood's coming. And he's like, help me, Lord, when a helicopter comes. And they throw a rope down. And they're like, quick, climb up. And he goes, no, the Lord will save me. And then they're like, are you nuts? Once again, they take off. The floodwaters rise. And the man dies. He goes to heaven. And when he gets there, he gets to meet God. And he goes, I don't understand. I was religious my whole life, and I begged you for help, and you let me die. And he goes, I sent a truck, a boat, and a helicopter. You wouldn't take any one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
I-
exactly how that would work.
The assumption that you can't take help from someone because you expect it to be perfect is what I get from that, too.
Yeah.
Along with the, God works in mysterious ways
What do
kind
you
of
What do you
idea.
think he would have accepted? Like a big hand that came out
Right.
of the sky.
Like a literal
Hop
angel.
on, little man. Picked him
Yes.
up, like put him in the safe zone.
I think it's a good joke because it works religiously and not.
Yeah.
Like, to accept
Okay.
the help from people who offer it,
Yep.
it's never going to be exactly what you expect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, help and opportunities. They come along. You got to take it.
Exactly.
What's that saying? God helps those who help themselves.
Well,
Eh, I
God
don't
works in mysterious ways, right?
Sure.
But
Sure.
shall we move on to the snitch on your neighbor portion of this?
Yes.
So
Yes.
Oh man.
this is
great.
Niagara this week. I don't know what this website is. It's like is it for Niagara, New York, or
I'm
something?
guessing.
But
Hey, is it news guarded?
no,
Is
it's
it?
not.
Oh my gosh, we can't-
Good. See,
no,
now
just kidding.
you got me wondering every time now.
Yeah, that's right.
You
Good.
get addicted. You're like
Oh.
someone has vetted this, even though they are pretty. They're biased, but they're all right, But this is Niagara this week. I can only assume it's the Niagara era, Niagara Falls, and that area is
Yes.
both. It's Canada and New York-ish.
It's
Okay.
like no man's land.
But they have a very important,
Basically.
a very important philosophical question for all of us.
Yes.
Should I snitch on my neighbor for not properly self-isolating during the coronavirus pandemic?
You should just scream at them.
This is silly.
What would you do?
What would I do?
Mind
I mean, I look out the window every day. I'm like, oh, look at the weather. Oh, look, there's my neighbor walking, with his wife. It's like
Yeah.
they're not self-isolating, but they're not sick.
Are they
they're
6 feet away from other people?
No.
not each other,
Oh.
but they're a couple. Like,
Right.
what am I gonna do? Like, hey, there's a couple. That's my neighbor, and
Your
they're
loudspeaker.
walking together, and it's like
People have done that.
that's ridiculous. Though.
There was
Yeah.
Wasn't the Ubers cut off for only like in New York? Didn't he say? I forget who said it, but it's like you're only allowed to Uber if you're with your significant other.
what?
Didn't you say that? I thought
No, I
that's
don't know.
something you mentioned.
Did
the
I?
other- Like
don't think so.
3
That's
weeks
weird.
or a month ago. or
Maybe
something.
it was a long time
Maybe
ago.
Yeah,
was a
it was
while,
a while
yeah.
ago. It was like right when it started hitting New York.
You know how you mentioned the other day that it was March 97th?
Yes.
I've been seeing everybody say the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, on Twitter, everyone's like, "Oh, what day is it?"
Yeah.
It feels like it's been 3 years in March.
April
I think-
Fools.
Yeah.
It's still
So
March.
March 32nd. Yeah.
I think it was Kyle Kalinske who said, "I'm glad the year of March has finally come to an end." Like,
Really?
what happened? It was nuts.
Oh. so-
Well, I mean, honestly, a lot of people died. It's
Yeah.
like it's from the end of February until the end of March, 4,000 people. So
4,000
Yeah.
people.
I don't want to go outside. I'd rather stay home. But does that mean you should snitch on your neighbors? Well, apparently one woman thinks so.
Oh my god.
In this viral video,
Oh
woman
my
flips
gosh.
out on people not isolating from coronavirus in absurd viral video.
When was
Oh,
that from?
jeez.
From like 2 days ago.
2 days,
wasn't it?
March 31st, so yesterday.
Yeah.
Wow, look at this. How many views? It's got a ton of views.
Should we watch it? Let's watch it.
Almost 3.6 million
Oh
views.
man, let's see what
Wow.
the buzz is about.
Alright.
Do you understand? And if
I'm
you
done with this shit.
so
Oh man.
be looking out for those cops.
Alright, I will.
Get out of our
I'll be
neighborhood.
looking
You're
at those
supposed to be
cops.
sheltered in place. Go ahead, put me on social media. You're a little punk. Seriously?
You're a little punk.
Seriously, I called the cops. I can't. What
Wow,
happened?
I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
She's not wearing a mask. She got within 6 feet
She's
of
like
them.
3 feet
Yeah.
away from them. What the heck?
She was spitting all over him.
Ah.
When you sneak out of quarantine and Karen catches you.
Is that what it says?
That's what it says.
Oh.
That's good.
So what is this? I get it. That's the story. These people are weirdos. But They're doing it. Check this out. New Zealand police website for snitching on people breaking coronavirus lockdown crashes due to popularity.
Oh my gosh.
Well, if I can't
Dude.
go out, he can't neither.
yeah, neither can I.
Well, listen, I got
seriously.
a question though. If you're in your car, aren't you isolated? Isn't that an isolated
Yeah,
place?
unless you have to
And I-
roll
like,
your window down.
What's wrong with driving around?
What if you got to go to the doctor?
Or yeah, what if you're driving to the store to get food because
Yeah.
you're out of food?
You're driving in a bubble.
Yeah, they said that we can leave for essential items,
Right,
essential
go shopping.
things. It's like she saw a kid and was like, he was probably cruising like with his friend, like, yeah, we're going to the store. This sucks. We got the short straw. Oh, there's Karen. And she's just like, ah!
She
It's
descends.
like, oh my god.
There was another
I
video.
mean, I don't know. I'm just,
There's another video that went viral of a preacher, and he started filming this woman screaming that they shouldn't be out, and she just literally screams like "Ree!" at the top of her lungs, and it's incredible.
Yeah.
And my first thought was like, she's sitting here yelling at this guy, and Mom, I'm gonna ask the same question, like, what are you doing out?
Yeah.
Because if you want to argue that you're going to the store, no, you're standing and arguing with some guy, and you're supposed to be like isolating.
Yeah, I saw her hit the window, which is physically touching. Like, if she had the sickness, now that kid has the sickness.
Well, it's on his car too.
But
Well-
if he
Sure.
had the
Yeah.
sickness, she didn't necessarily get it from him. But definitely, it would have been the other way around, I think.
So what's up with this New Zealand? People love snitching on each other, huh?
Yeah, what the heck?
Reclaim
I don't know. I've never been there.
Reclaim the Net says one constant that's come with the spread of the coronavirus has been the proliferation of digital tools that are slowly encroaching on people's civil liberties. And recent comments from the New Zealand police revealed the alarming rate that people are willingly adopting these tools to snitch on their fellow citizens. According to the New Zealand police, a new website that was set up for citizens to snitch on people who violate the country's coronavirus lockdown rules was so popular that it crashed due to the volume of complaints it was receiving. Under New Zealand's current lockdown rules, residents have been ordered to stay at home, keep contact to a bare minimum, and stay 2 meters apart when they do leave their homes. Police Commissioner Mike Bush told reporters, "We've had 4,200 reports of people believing others weren't complying." Oh, jeez.
Oh my gosh.
Bush added, "It shows how determined Kiwis are that everyone complies with us." The rollout of this online snitching portal in New Zealand is one of several others that has been introduced across the globe. The U.S. government has also reportedly started using phone location data to track the movements of its citizens amid the coronavirus outbreak, another change that's been criticized for its impact on civil liberties. They're going to mention that the digital rights group, the Electronic Frontier Foundation, wrote, "The government has not shown that the new Dragnet location surveillance powers would significantly help to contain COVID-19, and added that fear of surveillance chills and deters free speech and association." You know, I'd be very much more on board with a lot of these organizations, like EFF, if they didn't go full on intersectional dogma, religious, weirdo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
True that.
I'll agree with them to the extent, like, you're right. They shouldn't be tracking our phone data.
Yeah.
But, outside of that, I digress. Thanks for checking out this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. We do the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. If you want to catch the full show, tune in to this channel, subscribe, hit the like button, or check us out on iTunes and Spotify. And we will soon have this podcast up for free on all podcast platforms. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all in the next episode.